I know, we normally end the vlog with a full bobbin, skein, whatever, but now we're starting with it for, you know, shits and giggles. Yesterday, during a car ride, I finished this 2-ply spindle spin of the pollen gold braid that I was gifted by Lisa during our Tour de Fleece Secret Santa. There you go, all skeined and 58.8 meters, which brings our total for Team Chaos Goblins to, well, approximately 45 kilometers. Chaos Goblins be having speed. Speaking of speed, let's finish that Suffolk fleece. Now, while we get our speed on, maybe we should answer a question. And one of the questions was, what is my favorite non-Belgian breed to spin? And I kind of must pop your bubble here if one assumes that I have a lot of experience spinning different breeds, because frankly I do not. I had been given a 30-kilo bag of Flemish sheep and Belgian milk sheep wool, and well, if you have 30 kilos, you don't get much experience for other breeds. What I have spun up until now is, of course, as I said, Flemish sheep, Belgian milk sheep. I have spun some Ouessant, some some Texel, both white and blue, Zwartbles, alpaca, spotted sheep, some commercial merino, some commercial Zwartbles and Southdown, and then just now that orange-yellow skein that you saw was a blend of Exmoor Blueface and Blue-Faced Leicester. And Suffolk! Not to forget, I am spinning Suffolk at this very moment. So in some ways, I don't really feel like I am in a position to talk to you about favorite breeds yet, because I haven't experienced it yet. And the specific part about this question was also a non-Belgian breed, but most of those aren't Belgian, like only the Flemish sheep and the Belgian milk sheep. I don't know, friends. I'm being very much in love with the Suffolk right now, on this very moment, but maybe after I finish it and start Blue Texel later today, yeah, that's going to be my #1 love. It's really something that depends on the moment. What I want to spin, what I am interested in spinning in, what I want from the fleece as well. So to answer the question, right now it's Suffolk, but that can change tomorrow. So now you tell me, what is your favorite breed to spin? Or phrased differently, what breed should I really go on the hunt for to spin, to experience, in your opinion? Which breed should no spinner ever miss out on experiencing through their hands? The final bat about to be spun. I have started applying the final meters of this Suffolk fleece, but now I must away. For I have some friends that have bought their first spinning wheels and need some help understanding how they work. I do not feel qualified to teach anyone how to spin, but I do feel qualified to help some friends out. So let's do that first before we finish the Suffolk fleece. Are you coming or not?
Moet zeker niet zo dun blijven gaan als ik deze
Nee. Dus die oog-handcoördinatie waar ik nu even aan het wennen zo.
Ja, dat is gewoon...
En mijn voeten ook zo.
Dat is echt gewoon...
Ja, en dan draai ik je enkel blauw wiel. Dus ja. Ik denk als je 1 keer de flow hebt, dat is dat wel een graag.
Nou, die neemt hij niet vanzelf.
And we're back. Always nice to broaden the club of spinners around the world. There are not enough spinners in the world. I am 100% convinced of that because there is apparently too much wool to be economically valuable anymore. So if we get more spinners around, they can start using the wool. Wouldn't that be great? Anyway, let's continue this plying session. Here we go. That is our entire Suffolk fleece done. Five skeins, 5. Well, actually chunguses. I can't even say that the 5th one, even though I would say it's only 184 meters. I mean, that still looks like a chungus. It's like half of some of these, but that was bound to happen, wasn't it? Anyway, that means it is time, finally time, to start on the blue tassel. Yes, I'm excited. Let's do this. Now maybe before we let the excitement of starting something new get the best of ourselves, let's do an assessment of my 5 skeins. How did my long draw spinning progress? This is the first one, I think. Yeah, that's the biggest chungus. And then our last one. I think they're like practically as consistent, so that's good. That means that I've got long draw like in my fingers quite, I can say. I was hoping to see a little bit more of a progress. Like, I still have the feeling, especially when I'm making my singles, that it's still a lot of thick and thin. You can see some of the strands are a lot thinner than some others. I think in the plied result, it's not so, obvious that, oh no, this is the last one actually. I was looking at the wrong skein. Oh, okay, now back again. No, but it's the same. There is no obvious progress between my skeins, but they're all, I would say, pretty good. Now also I know that since, especially because this is a long draw spinning, when I wet set these, I really hope they're going to bloom and maybe get even thicker than this. That's my hopes for the yarn. Anyway, now we can let the excitement for something new get the better of us. But to be honest, I don't quite know how I am going to spin this blue tassel. Will I turn my bobbins around again, have the smaller whirl on the drive band? Am I going to go long draw again? I might try, because, you know, the speed at which I'm spinning is motivating me. Like, it would be great to also have like this blue tassel done in like a week and then be able to like scour and card another fleece. That would rid me of a lot of anxiety about all the fleeces that I have, and that would be beneficial for all of us. So I'm going to try. I'm going to see whether the same technique of long draw spinning will work on this fleece, because I have showed you in the prepping video that the staple length of this fleece is, I mean, it was like at least 4 centimeters longer than the Suffolk. We shall see, we shall see. Yeah, this seems to be working quite the same. Even though I have a feeling like this, this blue tassel wants to be spun a bit thinner than the Suffolk. Well, we'll listen to it. Not all my yarn has to be perfect DK weight, 11 wraps per inches, especially now that we're working on a different fleece. You should come and look. This is why I'm so excited about this fleece. Yes, see? Yes, see? Gorgeous. And so much fluff. Yeah. Actually, the color of this specific blue tassel fleece is why I went and got them in the first place. The owner of the sheep posted a picture on a local fleeces for sale or to give group, and only one of the 4 bags had its contents visible, and that was these contents. And a little while before that, one of the members of Team Chaos Goblin posted their haul from Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, which was this beautiful silvery grey Romney fleece, and I had instant fiber envy. And then this fleece was posted on the Facebook group without even a word about the breed of sheep. All I could see was that it was a beautiful silvery greyish fleece with a defined crimp. I thought, yeah, this looks like a good fleece, so I went and got it the same day, about which I have no regrets whatsoever. I figured out myself with the help of some friends that this is in fact blue tassel fleece. But yeah, if you were going to ask me, and some of you did, what fleeces I would like to spin, would like to experience in the future, the pictures of those Romneys and Targies and all the beautiful natural colored fleeces that you have over there in the States, they give me fiber envy. Just the color, the crimp, the combination is divine, and I would love to experience that one day. But for now, I still have enough of my own fleeces, of course. And while it wouldn't be very costly to like do a swap and give you some of my fleeces in return for your fleeces, it's a little bit tricky to send fleeces over across oceans and borders because of natural protection laws. Like the fleeces have to be spotless. Not a seed, not a dead bug may cross the border. That's what makes it so difficult. Yep. Oh, and in my first vlog I said that the shorter staple length of the Suffolk wasn't really a challenge. But now that I'm comparing it to the Blue Texel, yeah, the Suffolk did fight me a bit more than this Blue Texel is. Weirdly enough. Even though I've said like past 2 videos that stuff is flowing like water, it is zooming, and that is still true, but now that I've got the Blue Texel, it is zooming and flowing even more. I don't know if you can believe that, because my speed has been quite incredulous. But this is going even faster, I think. Maybe not in the long run, because I'm spinning, you know, thinner, so it might take a bit more to get a skein done, because the yarn is thinner. But the drafting is so smooth, it's butter. Can't believe it's not butter. And I've only carded these bats twice because I wanted the colors not to be too blended. I want them, you know, the different shades of gray in this fleece to be distinctly visible. That's 2 more bats in, 1 bobbin of this Blue Texel done. Speed is still the key word, and I keep like petting this bobbin. This is a tactile experience, this Blue Texel. Like objectively, the Suffolk was softer. As I've said before in my prepping video, that feels like a soft little bunny, but this is such... It's objectively less bunny-like soft, but... I cannot explain, but I like this feeling of this fiber. I cannot wait to have an actual sweater quantity of this. But I will have to wait, because this is all I have for today, and the rest shall be spun starting tomorrow. My spoons were low today, so I didn't finish 2 full fluffy bats today. I'm going to sleep. I see you tomorrow. If my energy levels are like this bit much better tomorrow, then first finish skein, I promise you. I promise. Even though I shouldn't promise, but I promise. Hello, hello, it is Tuesday and my energy levels are up to normal levels again. I would say I'm feeling quite okay. Anyway, I don't know if you have noticed, but all the topics I have talked about in this vlog were about wool, and I cannot talk about wool without telling you that more has entered my studio. I've got some more zwartbles and alpaca, and actually there is also some Kerry Hill sheep waiting for me. Yeah, someone asked for this tour de fleece, how do I get into contact with so many sheep-owning people? Now, firstly, of course, it is useful to live in the countryside. I don't really live in the countryside right now, but I did when I was younger. So, like, the alpaca is from one of my friends of my mom, and then the Kerry Hill that is coming my way is my mom's neighbor. And then otherwise, well, Facebook. Facebook is your friend. Join all the fleeces and wool groups that you can, and people will post when they shear their sheep, especially if it's like people with pet sheep and they want their wool to have like a good purpose. They really want to. Just search Facebook. Facebook. That's my main secret. I'm sharing it with you now. The main secret to all my wool gathering is Facebook. It's where I saw the ad for the Blue Texel as well. So that is my secret, Facebook. And living somewhere rural helps. So, as you can see, I've got my plying set up near my lavender bush, and that makes a great visual segue to the next question. It was a weird thing to read from a wool and fiber enthusiast, but someone would love to hear about moths. Well, I think that anyone who loves wool and fiber is like, moths, no! Don't talk to me about moths. Did I have any detrimental instances with moths? And well, no, but knock on wood, spinning wheel is wood, I have not yet. I have two like moth scares, however. The first time I caught on video, it is somewhere in my archives, but that was a white roach. Still disgusting and not something you want somewhere near you, but a lot less detrimental to all my wool. And then the last one was a couple of weeks ago, and that was actually a very clever ruse, for I was then worried about my wool and it being a moth, but actually it was a gooseberry sawfly, and now my gooseberry plant is, well, what has been eaten almost alive until I noticed all the little larvae on it. And I've been picking them off because I really, really like gooseberries and I want my plant to survive. So no moths, no detrimental moth damage yet. So I also cannot give you any tips on how I try to keep them at bay. What I've learned is that they don't like light, so all my fleeces are in the light. And also they don't like lavender, so every bit of free ground around my studio, I've got lavender plants, and I've got like dried lavender all over my studio. I feel like I'm all the time in the Provence, which is a great feeling and a great smell. But that's all I have to say about moths. I am scared and paranoid about them all the time, but luckily, no moths. Today is actually the first day of this Tour de Fleece where I can honestly say that it's disgustingly hot, but it's not going to last very long. Because I'm just going to show you. There's a storm coming. It's slowly coming overhead. I might have to flee inside at one point, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So while the rain is starting to pour down on us and the cannons are trying to break up the clouds with air pressure, as you can see, we have finished our first Blue Texel skein as promised. I kept my promise. It is the longest of the skeins so far. It is 382.2 meters, which makes it 2 meters longer than the first Suffolk skein. Yeah, it's another chungus, of which I am really proud. It's because I have my light in here that you can't really see the color very good, but I'm very excited about this color. I'm going to reiterate, I want a sweater quantity out of this. It's so soft, squishy, perfect fiber for like a good, cabled sweater is what I'm thinking. Anyway, yeah, I kept my promise. I think I will leave you for now, but of course you will see me again on Sunday. And here is what Team Chaos Goblin has been doing over the past couple of days. I will this time try to make it a little bit slower. Last time I was editing in a very, very sleepy mode. That was not the best decision that I made. And well, anyway, if you see an ad in front of their names, this is a social media account that I highly encourage you to check out. And all that there is left for me to say is, if you like these kind of fiber shenanigans, then maybe you could like, comment or subscribe. But of course, that is all up to you, and I will see you in a next Tour de Fleece vlog. Bye!